This is Top Contender Boxing. Keep it real, 100, and unbiased. Today's topic is finally a historic topic. And I'm saying historic because this one took almost 7 years in the making. It took for one man to take less or one another man to finally give in. This is the Errol Spence and Bud Crawford. The news is that on July 20th, they're going to have a showdown at the T-Mobile Arena. I don't know if this is 100% accurate. We're hearing it from ESPN Mike Coppinger. We're hearing it from other sources that this fight is going to happen. But how many times have we heard this in this this breaks down to not happening at all, to being a myth, a story, or whoever. Hopefully both these guys can agree to a 50-50 split, because in reality both men are no greater than each other. We're saying, oh, well, this man earns more, this man deserves more. Let's just get the fight. I'm going to say, you know what? This is the equivalent to the Pacquiao against Mayweather. That was the day pay-per-view and all fights stood still. Everybody wanted to watch this fight. Everyone wanted to see Pacquiao and to see if he still had it, if Mayweather still had it. But guess what? What did we know when we watched that fight? They were too old. They weren't in their prime. Well, hey, I'm going to say the same thing, that these guys are not in their prime. One is 34. I think they're both 35, 34. It's been years since they've, Errol Spence, his last fight was against Ugas. And Bud Crawford, was it, I think, Porter, in his last fight? I could be off, I could be wrong. But these guys haven't had a significant fight in a minute. I think you guys get my point. They haven't fought in a while, both fighters. They've been saving and waiting for this moment. Yeah, we could say that. But was it the Tank and Ryan fight that caught their interest, that, hey, one man is willing to risk it all, willing to risk that O, willing to lay it all on the line? Did they need to see that happen before this happened? Look what Loma did with Haney. Loma was willing to risk it all on the line. So you know what? I don't care about my record. I don't care if I get robbed. I got to go in there and perform. And guess what? The man did get robbed. He did perform. I mean, ESPN needs a new face, a younger face. I get that. I think the boxing world gets that. But with this fight, there's no, oh, well, we think this, we think that. My prediction for this fight against Errol Spence and Bud Crawford, it's a real 50-50. It's a real 50-50. I say this because they're almost both about the same age. They're both up there in age. Errol Spence, we know what he likes to do. He does have a Mayweather style of defense. He's a defensive mind type of fighter. If he has a man coming at him, he's going to use that defensive style. When he fought Porter, he countered him. He pivoted on him. He moved around on him. He had beautiful combinations on Porter. He landed. So with Errol Spence, we both know he is the type of fighter that comes to you. He brings it to you. But we gotta remember too, he had a tough time with Mean Machine. Mean Machine dropped him. Errol Spence has never been dropped. He's been shook up against Ugas. Wasn't made a big deal. But with Errol Spence, he's very calculated. I think, I'm not going to say I got Errol Spence 100%, but I think Errol Spence lands the most significant punches. But then we do got to remember, Errol Spence, when you speak to good boxing minds, he hasn't looked the same since the car accident. He hasn't looked the same since he had his orbital fractured in the sparring. And if any of you boxing people know and recognize and remember any of those details, then you'll know it messes with a man's mind. He's either going to be a little gun shy, or all this long layoff that he's had is going to make him ready to go out there. He's already, okay, I've had the sparring with good guys. My nose and my eyes, it's all good. The car accident's way past him. I think that in that perspective, Errol Spence should be all right. I think he should be ready for this fight. I think he should be sound, ready. Bud Crawford now. Bud Crawford, that man is war ready. That's one thing I do know about Bud. He's ready for all the smoke. That's for all all Bud Crawford fans. We all know this man's ready for the smoke. It don't matter if it's at 30, 35, 40, 47. But at 47 with this fight, I think this man will bring the fight. This is going to be Errol Spence defense, Bud Crawford's offense. It's going to be moving like this the whole time in a fight. They're going to be shifting and moving a lot. The next man's going to wait for the next man to catch each other. And one thing about Bud Crawford, yes, like I said, I've seen him take a knee. I've seen him get dropped by Mean Machine. That was a heavier opponent, a strong opponent. So let's see if Errol Spence can counter with that power. We've seen Errol Spence, I'm not going to say he had problems with Mikey, but he couldn't take down the natural smaller guy, Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia, yeah, was outboxing that fight. He was beat. He was beat point blank, but he wasn't murdered. He wasn't killed. He wasn't dropped. So this fight should be right there. And if it's who has a stronger punch in this fight, I think Bud Crawford has power in his punches. So we're gonna see how all this time and all this weight has done. We've seen what he did to Porter. Porter, that's a good point. They say styles make fights. Porter almost had Errol Spence in the fight. I thought he was winning until Errol Spence dropped him. But with the Bud Crawford hurt. He made him retire. He made Porter retire. So this is where that fight is going to be a true 50-50. It's going to be right there in the split. That's where I like that. That's where I like that idea. But they say the winner of this fight is going to be moving up to 54 to fight one of the Charlos, the undisputed Charlo. I mean, I understand that idea. I'm hoping this does happen because now they're at the now I think they realize, like I had my uncle tell me, these guys are at that point where it's already tough getting up at this age, waking up, because they're already saying Canelo's an old man at 30, fucking 32, 33. Canelo's an old man. They're 34, they're 35. You don't think their back, their legs, their orbital, their emotions not feeling too old? I mean, hey, they gotta speed it up now. July we get that fight, the winner moves up to 54. And getting it up to 54, I don't know. I like Charlo at 54 because you know what? He's really not a 54. He should be at 60. He should be there with his brother. Either 68. I mean, you already hear 54 call out Canelo. What does that tell you? The man can make weight anywhere from 54 to 68 if he's calling out Canelo. That means he's very, very ready to fight any of those guys if they move up. Shit, to him, that's like, I'm going to be undisputed at 50, at 47 and 54 because whoever wins this belt, undisputed. That sounds already good enough. I mean, I like this whole little combination of what's going to happen because it's finally going to break down boxing real good. I mean, we could say whoever wins this fight will be the face of boxing. They'll be the face of the year. I'm not going to say boxing. We'll say face of the year because you guys already have Tank Davis as the face of boxing. Some people have Canelo face of the boxing. I mean, the man has only done greatness and people down him for it. And we'll say this right now for Errol Spence and Bud Crawford. I think with this fight, this will make the face of boxing for the year. Until next year, until we got something brand new. So, with this, hopefully everything goes well this year. Hopefully we get that fight. Hopefully everything, there's no, Bud Crawford wants more money. The way I look at it, Errol Spence is just agreeing to whatever he's got to do to get this fight going. Neither man should argue with each other. Neither man, they should just surrender the money. Surrender 50-50. Winner takes all. That's it. Winner takes all. Both men got money. Both men are ready to retire. Now I think the whole world, not just me, every race, every ethnicity, every country wants to see this fight. Like I said, like the Mayweather and Pacquiao. We waited very long time. Mayweather, some people would say Mayweather waited till Pacquiao got old. Or Mayweather was already old in that fight and still performed great defensively. So let's get this fight going. Hopefully, July 20th. Hopefully we don't get no setback. I don't like to make this video and tell people, oh, we got this fight. Make a big deal about it. And then what the fuck happens? Oh, no fight next month. Nah, let's make this happen. Let's do what they're saying. Let's watch this. I'm all about boxing. I'm all about whoever. Whoever's a champion, whoever's the face of boxing. I'm not gonna discriminate or dislike. I'm ready to watch this spectacle. So like and subscribe, everybody. Thank you very much.